Hello viewers, hope you're doing fine. In this video we are going to talk about the few functions from the tidyR package which are used to tackle the missing data. So let me start by loading the tidyverse package and NYC flight certain package. So the data sets I'm going to use in this video is flights data, which has all on-time arrivals and departures of all the flights from the New York City airport. Here I'm going to create a new column called ID, and that column will have all the row names in it. So flights, going to use this row names to column function from the table package, and I want to create a new column called ID. I'm doing this purposefully, which will get clear in a while. Yeah, and let me view the data. So I should have the ID column created. Okay, fine. Now the first thing, once you get the data set, is to find whether the data set has the missing values in it. So the function that you can use is is.na function. You will have to pass on the name of the data frame in it, and the output of this is.na method, is.na function, is the logical vector. So that means that any cell which has the missing value will be true, and any cell which has a non-missing value will be false. But in this case, having only the so let me first show you the output of this function looks like. So this is how the output of the function looks like. As you can see, there are all false values because the head function typically prints out the first 6 rows, and apparently the first 6 rows doesn't have any missing values, and that's why you'll see all, and that's why you'll find that the output is shown as all false for all the columns. But nevertheless, having this kind of output doesn't really help. What I'm really interested in is checking the count, how many total missing values my dataset has. So for that, I'm going to use this sum function, and I'm going to pass on this is.na method inside the sum function. So now let me check how many missing values it has. So you can see there are 46,595 missing values in this dataset. But still, I'm not really comfortable, because now I want to see the distribution of this 46,595 values, how these missing values are distributed across various columns of the data sets. So for that, I'm going to use this isApply function. Remember, isApply function works through all the columns in the data set and gives the output. So isApply function, I'm going to pass on the column, I'm going to pass on the data set, and here I'm going to write a function over here. Now this function is simply the sum function that we have used earlier. It means that this sum function is.na method will be applied to each and every column. The sum function will be applied to each and every column of the data set, and it will give me the number of missing values across all variables. So let me view this now, and hopefully it should work. As you can see that you have few columns which has the missing value. For example, departure time has 8,255 missing values, and arrival delay and arrival time apparently has more missing values than any other column. So it gives me sort of a good picture of how the missing values are distributed for the data set. Now I'm going to select few rows from the data set, and that's why I prepared this ID column before. I'm going to use this slice function to handpick few of the rows. Now these rows I've selected in such a way that I could able to show you different use cases of the missing values and how the different functions can be used. So I'm going to narrow down the data set to only few columns. In this case, I'm going to use only 4 columns and few rows. So, and I'm going to store this in a new data frame called flights_new. So let's first execute this. Yeah, So here is the data set that we have, and we are now going to use the functions one by one. So the first function that we are going to see is complete.cases. Now this complete.cases function will only return those rows which doesn't have any missing values in it. So first let me use this function first on the flights underscore new data set. Now we are going to typeset it. We are going to, we are going to subset the data set with the help of complete.cases function, flights underscore new, in such a way that it will return only the rows which have non-missing values in it. So let me first show you how the output looks like. Now as you can see that it has retained only those rows which doesn't have a single missing value across all the variables. Now this is the data set that we have, and all those rows which have missing value are dropped after using the complete.cases function. Now one thing to be noted here is that even the row has one missing value, it would get dropped. So it doesn't really matter whether there are one missing value or more than one missing value. The moment the complete.cases function finds the missing value, the entire row gets dropped, and that's what is been given in the output. So you can see there are only first 11 rows that have been shown because those first 11 rows doesn't have any missing values in them. Okay, now you can also drop the missing values column wise with the help of drop underscore na function. So flights underscore new function, flights underscore new, and then I'm going to use a drop underscore na function, and here as an argument you can pass on the name of the variable here. So here in this case I'm going to use arrival underscore delay variable. Now what drop underscore na function will do is it finds out all the missing values from this arrival underscore delay column, and the moment it finds the missing value, it drops out all the entire row from the output. So if I show you the output, you can see that the drop underscore na function is applied to array underscore delay, and all those missing values from array underscore delay are omitted, are not typed in the output. Now let me use another column here. You can use departure underscore delay. In case of a departure underscore delay, you can see that few of the missing values are dropped. The replace underscore na function is used when you want to replace the na value with the other value. Now in this case I'm going to replace all the na values from till num column with some other value. So replace underscore na. Now one thing to remember here is that replace underscore na gets the list argument. So make sure that you pass on the list argument. Now in this case, list in the bracket, I'm going to write the name of the column till number, and by which value I want to replace the na values. So here I am interested in replacing the na values from the till num column with no data value, and let me now check this. So as you can see that all the missing values from till num variable are replaced with no data value. Fine. Now there are few functions which help in replacing the missing value with the previous or the next non-missing value. So one of that function is called as a fill function. So flights underscore new, I'm going to use the fill function. Now here I will be using this fill function on arrival underscore delay, let me check. Yeah, arrival underscore delay. And what we are going to do here is that we are going to replace all these any values with the uh, with the previous non any value. So in this case the previous non any value is -9, so all these any values will get replaced by -9. So that's what we are going to do. Now the second argument here you need to pass on is the direction. So you need to tell the direction, whether it should be up or down. That means whether the missing value should be filled upside down or from down to up. Now here uh, the missing values will be filled from upside down. Okay, in this case the direction will be upside down. Okay, so here the direction will be down and view. So you can see that the missing values for arrival underscore delay are filled by -9. They have come from up all the way to the bottom, and that's why the direction here is down. Now if I change this, for example, so let me change this column uh, to say tell number and I'm going to change the direction to up. That means the missing values shall be filled from down to up. So in this case this N5 FKAA is the value which will be used to replace all the missing values. So it's coming from down to up, and that's why the direction is up I mentioned here. So if I execute this, then you can see that all those missing values from till num column are filled by this particular N5 FKAA value, but the direction is from down to up, right? And what if I want the missing values to be filled for one variable upside down and for the other variable from down to up? I'm getting confused myself, and I'm also confusing you, but that's how the direction argument is used. So here what I'm going to show you is, if I want different directions for the different columns in the data set, how you are going to do this? Well, the only way you can do this is to use the pipe operator consecutively on these two columns. So the first pipe operator will be the name of the first column, and in this case direction will be up, and the second pipe operator I'm going to use is for the name of the next column, the name of the second column. So fill function here, arrival delay, name of the second column, and here the direction shall be equal to down, and then view. So here I have used the two different directions on two different columns, and let's see how we can able to see the output now. Something is wrong. Oh, here is the spelling mistake. So there is again a spelling mistake, fortunately. Direction. So you can see that I could able to get the one direction for arrival delay and the other direction for the tell number. Both these missing values are replaced by the immediate preceding or immediately succeeding non-missing value. Right, so lots of functions we have seen in this video. We started with complete.cases, then we saw drop underscore NA, then we saw replace underscore NA, and finally we used fill to fill in the missing values with the non-missing values. So just to summarize what we have done, we have started with complete.cases function. Complete.cases function is used to drop the rows with the missing values. But if you want to have more control on a specific column, then you can use drop_NA function is used to check the missing values in specific column only. So you need to mention the name of that column, and in that column, so you need to mention the name of the column in which you want to look for the missing values. Replace_NA function is used to replace the missing values with another values. And finally, we saw the fill function. It imputes, that means it replaces the missing value with the previous or the next non-missing values. Remember the direction assignment, either it should be up or it should be down depending upon which non-missing value you want the missing value to be filled in. So so that's it. We have come to the end. Thank you very much for sticking till the end. If you're liking this video, you may like to subscribe to this channel, and also put in your comments or suggestions in the comment section. I would be happy to read those. Thank you very much. Take care and goodbye.